Welcome to the next episode of The Adventures of Artemis and Athena. I'm Artemis, that's Athena, and today we're talking about closet cosplays.
And cosplays on a budget, which is such a big deal for us because neither one of us spends a ton of money on our cosplays.
I don't have a lot of money. I'm a college student. I am a theater student at that, so let's just make that as you will. Probably will not have a lot of money anytime soon. And for me, cosplay doesn't need to be spot on. Yes, I appreciate when it's spot on and you've got like the Tony Starks in the suit and it's great. But I also know how much money goes into that.
How much money and very specific tools that are not cheap. And I love it, but that's not always accessible to all of us. And I really think cosplay and conventions in general should be accessible to every single person regardless.
Yep.
So it's like, this is sort of my closet Evie from The Mummy. Love it so much, such a favorite. But it's a thrift store blouse, thrift store scarf, my own hair, my own glasses, like, and a skirt, which would total maybe $10, $15, depending on where I went.
Yeah.
That's it. Done.
And I typically, like, if I'm doing, like, right now I'm doing kind of my take on the Spooky Island Velma, you know, when she's got the weird creature running inside of her. $4, guys. It's an orange tank top and a red skirt, if that. Full disclosure, I'm just wearing black shorts right now.
Zoom, I have PJ pants on.
Yes. But $4, it doesn't mean you have to be spot on. Yes, it's great if you can do that and you have the means to do that. It's great. But we've noticed that within the cosplay community, specifically like here in the Midwest, from what we've seen, there's a lot of focus on getting it right and getting it
like screen accurate, right?
And if you're not screen accurate, you're not seen as doing it right. And that's not how cosplay should be.
No, it should be very inclusive.
Cosplay is for everyone.
And I take the time to try to do screen accurate, but I don't have a ton of money. I'm a performer, so with student loans. So again, take that as you will. But I also know how to sew. So I taught myself how to sew. I'm 100% self-taught, which means early stuff was not pretty, but I was darn proud of it. And that's something that if you really want to go that route, learn to sew. There are very cheap sewing machines out there. You need a straight stitch, a zigzag, and maybe a buttonholer. And almost all of the cheap basic sewing machines
come with that now.
Will do that. Don't let someone tell you you need a Jerome or you need this fancy brother. You can get the one off your department store shelf and it will work.
Like, I don't think, like, my sewing machine is from my grandmother and she did not spend a whole lot of money. I was there when she bought it.
Yeah. I mean, I sew like crazy. And mine is a chibi brother Project Runway version. Like, that's what you need. And I do it where I can buy cheap fabrics. I don't spend tons of money on those cosplay fabrics. You can get cheap fabrics that look right without spending $15 a yard. And I dislike that so much.
That's another thing. Like, if you don't have the means to learn to sew or you don't want to learn to sew, there are other ways of constructing a garment that will make it last but still not break the bank. Hot glue guns, guys.
The fabric glue. It works. Nobody needs to know. You don't need to like point and go, look, I glued this. No
I
one
mean,
needs to go that close to
no,
you.
no.
Ever.
But and me being me, I'm gonna look at, Artemis or Athena. I'm Artemis. She's Athena. She like I'm gonna be like, look,
Yeah,
I
but
sewed that, but
we're
we're friends.
yeah.
That's what you do. You don't need to go up to like, for lack of a better example, Chris Evans. You're at Comic Con. You're rocking a 40s cap. Look, I sewed this, or look, I glued this. Like,
No one knows. No one needs to care. And that's another thing. You can do easy cosplays from major characters in their casual wear.
yeah,
Incognito Nat, Endgame Nat, where it's basically you're wearing a sweatsuit and a wig. I have the wig. It cost me $20 on Amazon.
I think my entire Peggy Carter look, which is inspired by her blue suit from the Agent Carter series, I think the whole thing cost me maybe $100, and that's because I spent $80 on the wig because it's a human hair lace front wig, and I like those. I've saved for that.
Your kind of profession, your career is kind of in that, so it's an investment.
I invest in my wigs because I don't just wear them at cons. I wear them other places.
Yeah.
But my dress that I've had for 4 years cost me $20 on Amazon. The shoes that I wear, I got at a thrift store for $4. Like, it's not.
You can do a recognizable character.
Yeah.
And be recognized without it being down to the stitch.
Yes.
Like it was on screen. Because let me tell you, those people are highly trained seamstresses and designers, and they have a budget where they can buy silks and the best fabric.
The chiffon.
You don't have to be that.
No.
And still be really cool. Like I said, I love the ones that are Disney bound that you pull straight from your closet and look so good. Like I get really nerdy happy because it means that you watch and you're a fan and you picked this kind of random outfit to do, and I'm like, I get it. I get that reference.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I understood that reference. Okay. Enough with the Chris Evans. Focus. But it doesn't have to be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for one cosplay. And granted, again, those are great. But I think the true magic is when, you've got a first-time cosplayer or first-time con goer, and they're like, I want to do this character, but I don't necessarily have the resources or the money to do it, but I'm still going to try. And it becomes this really cool look that is still comfortable, because that's another thing I have an
Y'all
issue.
gotta keep that in mind. You gotta go to the bathroom, and those unitards and armor in a tiny stall
it takes work.
Fun. Been there, done it. Don't like it.
Don't like it.
Nope.
No, not a fan. And Athena and I, we're comfort over everything.
Yeah, my newest cosplays are like completely pants. I don't want to be strapping myself in. I do not want my Spanx on. I am comfy. I want pockets. I got stuff to buy. I gotta put them somewhere.
We got phones. We've got technology that we need to keep on us. And, something like, the end game, armor. You don't got room for that.
Where am I going to put my phone?
Yeah, you don't want to know, guys.
No, you don't.
You
really for a lady who don't want to know the places we stash stuff, it's not fun, and then we can't get to it.
And then we have to, contort.
And we form shields around each other. It's not, no. And that's the other thing. I'm like, cosplay should be fun. It shouldn't be uncomfortable. You shouldn't be miserable just to be a character. It's supposed to be fun. Yeah, it's not supposed to be high stress.
Literally, my first cosplay was Loki. And I made pretty much everything. I bought a corset for $40. came from England. It's a steel-boned corset. I'm still wearing it. Like, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money, but if you do spend money, buy it or use it for things that will last you years. That way you can reuse them. I've used that corset for Shrek cosplays for Fiona. I've used it for, theatrical productions. I've used it for, like, just randomly walking around. I did, like, an easy A quickie Halloween costume. Like, there are so many things you can do with staple, like, cosplay garments that I lost my train of thought.
But having these pieces are, if you want to invest in pieces, invest in them because they're going to do something more than just one cosplay for one day.
Yeah. I think
because that's what I did in the beginning. I felt that pressure that it has to be comic book, cartoon, screen accurate, or I'm not valid. People aren't going to get who I am.
Yeah.
I'm going to be just walking around feeling uncomfortable. So I spent a lot of time building these pieces and costumes that are only for that. And I've worn them once, which meant I spent a lot of money to do something once. And so I've recalibrated my own self to do, if I'm doing a smaller con or something, that I'm going to my closet.
Yeah. Like, I think at one point you and I both did, like, Jessica Jones and Jessica Drews, and we didn't spend a whole lot of money. I thrifted everything.
I did make mine, but it was all scrap fabric. So it was fabric I had left over or had been given to me. The only thing I think I bought was a zipper. Notions. You always got to buy notions. Man.
Which, guys, not that expensive.
No.
Especially if you have the skills to make something.
Yeah. Even my Ahsoka, which is the one I'm building now, which is probably going to end up being my most expensive one that I've ever built. I mean, the lacus were fabric I've had from a previous. I spent money on some of the fabric, but I got deals. Coupons, man. Wait for the coupons. Wait for the sales. Just don't get impatient. Wait. But
especially
I'll use
right
that
now.
fabric. I'm going to use, I got enough where I'm going to make pants for myself because I need pants, like normal pants.
This lovely Amazon here.
I can't buy pants.
She's a tall lady.
And like the only thing that I spent hardcore a lot of money on was the 3D printed lightsabers. But I saved.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with saving to get like that screen accurate. Like right now, I'm saving to get a screen accurate Captain America shield because I want one.
And there's nothing wrong with spending money on a cosplay.
No.
Just don't break your bank for it. Don't go in debt. Don't feel like you have to do that. Do it because that's something that you really want.
Yeah. Like, for instance, I do Peggy Carter quite a bit. And I have a red 1940s dress that I can use for the red Peggy Carter, like, First Avenger without having spent $300 on the screen accurate dress that might not fit my body type the way the red dress that I have fits. And that's another thing. Dress for your body.
Do not squeeze yourself into something. Like I said, don't be uncomfortable. This is fun. And it should be fun. And you shouldn't feel pressured to have to, like, if I can't look exactly like a character, then I can't be that character. Be that character.
Be that character. Like,
go. I guarantee you I'm the nerd that's going, I get it. I love it. And then you run away from me because I'm crazy excited. You're like, weirdo, and run away. But
I've seen people go as like the Harry Potter Marauders map. Like, it's that kind of
creativity, ownership
that people in our community have, and it's like, we don't want a select few to dictate this is how cosplay should work.
Yeah,
that's not how it should work.
No, get creative, take ownership, do the Disney bound. I did the mixtape from the
Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
It was great.
It is still really comfy. It's like sweater material dress. I
Well,
love
and
it.
the pictures that you got were just hilarious. She used it for a friend's wedding who got married in like a Comic-Con themed wedding. It was phenomenal. Literally everyone was dressed up and it was great.
It was a lot of fun. But like that didn't hardly take me. It took me some fabric paint to paint on the motif, but that's it. So be comfortable.
And
Don't spend a lot.
no. And if you have the ability to do so, like Athena, if you already have like acrylic paint, go for it. Like, that's the cool thing about cosplay, guys. And I think that's why we're so passionate about it.
It is creative. And it's fun.
Yeah.
And it's nerdy.
Yay!
And we'll share some of like our cosplays and like tips for different things that we've done that are really inexpensive throughout the week or so. And if you have questions or you want directions on how to do something, trust me, I have bookmarks of links. I got you covered. We'll help you out.
Yeah.
Hit us up. Let us know. Tell us your favorite cosplay. Even if you didn't know you were cosplaying and you're like, oh, I look like so and so, I want to know. So that's all.